Have you ever been in a space with her? No words were spoken, yet you could sense something in the air. That strange electric tension, the kind that stays when someone's eyes meet yours for just a moment too long, or when she plays with something, her sleeves, her necklace, like her hands are saying the words her mouth won't speak. Welcome to a place where the most powerful messages aren't spoken, they're felt. Because women have a way of saying everything without saying a word, and the way they touch certain areas of their body around you, it can show more than you'd ever think. These aren't just habits or random moves. These are subconscious expressions, emotional flares, quiet confessions of attraction, curiosity, even desire. From the way she twirls her hair to how she handles her phone when you walk by, her body may be sending signals, ones your mind might miss if you're not paying attention. So if you've ever asked yourself, is she into me? You're about to learn. In this video, we're breaking down 10 things she might touch in front of you and what it really means on a psychological and emotional level. No fluff, no games, just real, science-backed insight into the signs you might be missing. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, her clothing or sleeves. There's something softly powerful about the way she fiddles with her clothes when you're near. It's not just fashion, it's psychology. If a girl likes you, even if she doesn't fully realize it yet, she may begin adjusting her sleeves, tugging at her shirt, or smoothing out her outfit. Not because it's actually untidy, but because your presence suddenly makes her more self-aware. It's a silent signal. I want to look good for you, even if those words never leave her mouth. These tiny, almost invisible habits often come from a blend of nervous energy and subconscious desire, especially if she's usually casual or laid back about her look. You'll see her doing things like rolling and unrolling her sleeves, pulling them down over her hands, or tweaking her neckline, especially mid-conversation. Let's make this more concrete. Imagine you're talking during a coffee break. She's smiling. Then, without thinking, she glances down and tugs lightly at the hem of her sweater. She keeps smiling, but that motion, that was her body reacting to your vibe. Her mind might be spinning. Do I look okay? Is he noticing me? She might not even know why she's doing it, but you should. Because the truth is, when a woman touches her clothes in front of you like this, she's not just fixing fabric. She's shaping her confidence for you. Sign number 2. Her neck. Now listen closely, because this one is easy to miss but extremely potent. There's something undeniably captivating about the way a woman touches her neck when she's around someone she's drawn to. It's not random, it's not meaningless. In fact, it's one of the most intimate, telling gestures in body language psychology. Why? Because the neck is one of the most vulnerable and sensitive parts of the body. When she lightly brushes her fingers across it, tilts her head just a little, or lets her hand linger near her collarbone, it often signals she feels exposed, but in a positive way. That's not fear, that's trust, that's openness. It's a quiet, instinctive way of lowering her guard. She's not hiding behind crossed arms or turning away. She's inviting you in, even if she doesn't realize it. This gesture is a delicate mix of nervousness and attraction, a physical response rooted in vulnerability and sensuality. And here's something deeper. Touching the neck is also linked to arousal. It's the body's way of increasing sensitivity, oxygen flow, and alertness, all signs that she's emotionally and physically activated by your presence. So next time you're with her and she gently touches her neck, ask yourself this. Is she fidgeting, or is her body telling you what her words won't speak? Because that soft, lingering motion might just be her version of whispering, "You make me feel something."
Sign number 3, her legs or thighs. Now this one might seem subtle, but it's heavy with meaning. Have you ever noticed how some women lightly touch or adjust their legs or thighs when they're sitting near you? Maybe she shifts her pose, runs her hand across her leg, crosses and uncrosses them with just a hint of rhythm. It might look casual, even automatic, but make no mistake, this gesture can be a soft, silent magnet for attention. Why? Because when a woman is attracted to you, she becomes more aware of her body, more conscious of how you're viewing her. So those gentle motions, they're not about unease, they're about presence. She may be drawing your gaze to that area without ever seeming obvious. It's a dance of confidence and gentle seduction. And if she's doing this while holding eye contact, laughing at your jokes, or leaning slightly toward you, that's a triple layer of interest. Her body is not just reacting to you, it's matching you. These small shifts, these quiet, sensual clues, are often her way of saying, "I'm comfortable, and I want you to see me." The thighs aren't just limbs, they're emotional space, and when she lets you near them, even with a glance or a touch, you're closer than you think. Sign number 4, her lips. There's something deeply potent, almost entrancing about the way a woman touches her lips when she's with someone she's drawn to. She might gently bite them, press them together, or trace her finger across them. To the untrained observer, it looks innocent, casual, maybe even automatic. But under that simple move lies a storm of feeling and subconscious energy. Why? Because the lips are one of the most sensual, expressive parts of the human face. When she touches them in front of you, it's not just a nervous tick, it's often a psychological signal, a quiet form of flirtation, a magnetic pull toward emotional and even physical closeness. These gestures rarely plan themselves. They happen because her body is reacting to you, to the chemistry between you. She's not thinking, "Let me bite my lips so he'll notice." No, she's feeling something, and her lips become the outlet. Now imagine this. You're talking, maybe teasing her about something funny, and as she listens, she slowly applies lip balm. Not hurried, not distracted, but slowly, precisely, gliding it across her mouth. That's not just self-care, that's an invitation. It's as if her body is whispering, "Do you see me? Do you want me? Are you noticing?" And if you are, you'll recognize that her lips are doing more speaking than her voice ever could. Sign number 5, her collar or necklace. They say actions speak louder than words, and sometimes it's the tiniest motions that say the most. Like the moment she starts playing with her necklace, gently rolling a pendant between her fingers, adjusting the chain across her collarbone, or tugging softly at the collar of her shirt. At first glance, it might look like she's just bored or fixing something, but look closer, because in body language psychology, this gesture is loaded with meaning. Her collar and necklace sit at the edge of a very intimate zone, her throat, her chest. And when she touches that space in front of you, it often reveals a mix of nervous excitement, sexual energy, and a desire to be noticed.
It's subtle, yes, but strategic. Even if she doesn't consciously realize it, she's directing your eyes to areas that are both delicate and vulnerable. And here's something deeper. Playing with jewelry is a classic self-soothing habit. It shows her feelings are stirred, yet she's trying to appear cool. It's her way of keeping composure while her heart may be skipping a beat. Picture this. She's laughing at your joke, her hand absent-mindedly tugging at the chain on her necklace. She looks down for a second, smiles, then meets your gaze again. That moment, that's attraction wrapped in innocence. Her body is inviting attention, but only from the one person she wants it from, you. Sign number 6, her hair. Hair, long, short, curly, or straight, is one of the most visually powerful features a woman has. And most women know exactly what they're doing with it, even when they pretend they aren't. So when she starts fixing her hair, twirling a strand, or flipping it to one side when you're near, that's not just styling, that's psychology, that's instinct. Playing with her hair gives her something to do with her hands, especially when she's nervous or excited. It's a natural release of emotional energy, a way to look composed while subtly showing interest. But more than that, it's about drawing focus. Touching her hair leads your eyes to her face, her eyes, her smile, her neck, all the spots people notice when attraction begins. This is how female body language often works. It doesn't shout, it whispers. And hair is one of its most poetic messengers. Think about this. You're standing in a group, everyone talking, but you catch her looking at you. Then slowly, gently, she tucks a lock of hair behind her ear. Not once, not twice, but again and again, even though her hair was already out of the way. That's not a styling choice. That's a signal, a repeated move meant to attract without being obvious. In psychology, this is called a pining gesture, a grooming sign shown in the presence of someone desirable. She may not be saying, "I like you," but her body is practicing the words through movement. So the next time she plays with her hair while talking to you, remember that's not just a habit, that's her heartbeat showing. Sign number 7, her ears or earrings. This one often slips under the radar, but if you know what to watch for, it can reveal a lot. Sometimes when a girl likes you, her hands start doing small things that seem innocent, but actually carry emotional fingerprints, tiny signals carved in movement that say more than words. One of those moves is touching her ears, gently tugging at her earrings, twisting them between her fingers, or slowly tucking her hair behind an ear, especially when she keeps doing it over and over, even when her hair is already clear. You might think, so what? But here's the truth. The ears are sensitive zones near the neck and face. When she directs attention there, especially while looking at you, it's a layered gesture. On the surface, she may seem to be fidgeting, but beneath that, her mind is buzzing, emotions are stirred, nerves are alive, not in a bad way, but like the butterflies in her stomach. Psychologists call this self-adapter behavior, touching parts of the body to calm internal arousal. She's doing it not because she's bored, but because you affect her. Imagine her sitting across from you, smiling after a compliment, tucking her hair behind her ear, her fingers grazing her earring, then repeating the motion without noticing. That's her body managing excitement while also drawing your eye. It's shy, it's soft, but it's full of meaning. Pair that with a bashful smile or slightly lowered eyes, and you're not just in her attention, you're the center of it. Sign number 8. Her phone. Now, talk about one of the most powerful modern signals, the phone. You might assume her constant picking up, tapping, or setting it down means she's distracted, but the truth might be the opposite. It can mean she's entirely focused on you, so much that the phone becomes her safety blanket. Watch carefully. If she keeps touching it, not scrolling, not texting, just holding it, flipping it in her hand, tapping, setting it down and picking it up again, that's not boredom. That's emotional friction. Her nervous system is active. She's trying to regulate her excitement, and the phone becomes a decoy, a small crutch to keep her hands busy so she doesn't reveal how much she's feeling. Because here's the twist. If she truly didn't care about you, she'd be engrossed in her screen, scrolling or texting away. But when she pretends to use it without actually engaging, that's her way of handling the tension your presence creates. She might glance down and smile, but it's not the phone that makes her smile, it's you. Sometimes, when a woman really likes a guy, she doesn't want to be too obvious, so she uses her phone to seem casual, detached, or unbothered, yet her fingers may be trembling, her body alert, her mind fully aware of you. The phone becomes a stage prop, not a distraction from you, but because of you. So when she handles her phone like it's suddenly the most interesting thing in the room, yet never actually uses it, that's not disinterest, that's a storm she's trying to calm. Quick heads up, if you're enjoying these insights and want the rest of the signs and the deep breakdown at the end, please subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss the remaining parts and the big takeaways. Bonus sign number 1, her fingers or hands. When she has nothing to hold, here's something most men never spot, but it says a lot. When a girl is sitting with you, chatting, or simply standing nearby, and she's not holding a phone, a drink, or a bag, watch her hands. What do they do? If she starts rubbing her fingers, lightly wringing her hands, touching the tips of her nails, or tapping her fingers together, that's not just boredom. That's emotional energy looking for an outlet. You see, when attraction builds, especially when it's new or unspoken, there's often restlessness. Her body wants to move, to express, to connect, but her voice might not be ready, so her fingers do the talking. These motions fall into a class psychologists call displacement behaviors, tiny, repetitive actions that help manage inner tension or arousal. In other words, her hands are reacting because you are affecting her. And if she's doing it while holding eye contact, smiling shyly, or laughing softly while her fingers gently trace along her palm, that's not just slight flirting. That's emotion overflowing. When she doesn't know what to say, her hands say it for her. Bonus sign number 2, her ankles or feet. Yes, really. Look down. This might shock you, but it's one of the most ignored signs of attraction. When a woman is sitting near you, especially during a long chat or shared space, pay attention to her feet and ankles. If she begins crossing and uncrossing her ankles, tucks her feet under the chair, or lightly sways a foot when her legs are crossed, she's revealing more than she means to. Foot and ankle motions are driven by the least conscious muscles in the body, which means when they move, it's usually the truth leaking out. Here's the deeper point. Restless feet often mirror nervous energy caused by someone she's aware of emotionally. Repeated shifts or repositioning usually shows she's trying to appear calm while managing inner tension. If her feet start pointing toward you, even if her upper body faces elsewhere, that's a directional cue of interest. Her subconscious is already leaning your way. And if she starts bobbing the toe of her shoe or slipping it halfway off, that's an old body language sign of sensual ease and playfulness. So next time you think she's composed, look down. Her feet might be telling the emotional storm her words are hiding. Every touch, every small shift, every tiny fidget, tug, glance, or soft brush of her fingers across her skin, these are not random acts. They're codes. Emotional codes rooted in vulnerability, desire, and subconscious attraction. If you learn to read them, you'll stop wondering, is she into me? Because the signs are right there in her hands, her posture, her body language, and they speak loudly. Let's finish strong. By now, you've probably seen something important. When a woman is around someone she likes, she rarely sits still. She adjusts, she fidgets, she smooths, she plays with her jewelry, touches her neck, twirls her hair, bruises her lips, and handles her phone like it's suddenly unfamiliar. These little moments, which seem random to most people, are whispers from the subconscious. Every touch reveals something. Not because she wants to be obvious, but because her feelings are slipping out through the seams, and her body is saying what her mind hasn't learned to say yet. Sometimes it's not about what she says, it's about what she touches when she sees you. Because touch is instinct, and instinct doesn't lie. And once you start seeing these signs, you'll never view interactions the same way. You'll know when a girl is interested, not by her words, but by how she can't stop adjusting her sleeve, grazing her neck, or checking her phone while not really watching it. In that moment, you'll understand attraction doesn't shout, it whispers. But now you know how to listen.
Every touch, every small motion, every tiny fidget, tug, look, or soft brush of her fingers across her skin, these are not coincidences. They're codes, emotional codes rooted in vulnerability, desire, and subconscious attraction. If you learn to decode them, you'll stop asking, is she into me? Because the clues are right there, in her hands, her posture, her body language, and they speak loudly. Let's wrap this up strong. By now, you probably see something clear. When a woman is with someone she fancies, she rarely stays still.
She adjusts, she fidgets, she smooths, she plays with her jewelry, touches her neck, twirls her hair, caresses her lips, and handles her phone like it's suddenly odd. What looks random to most people is actually a soft language from the subconscious. Each touch reveals something, not because she wants to be obvious, but because her feelings are slipping out through the seams, and her body is speaking while her mind is still quiet. Sometimes it's not about what she says, it's about what she touches when she sees you, because touch is instinct, and instinct doesn't lie. Once you start noticing these clues, you'll never view interactions the same way again. If this video opened your eyes to the subtle signs women give when they're into you, imagine what else you're missing about human behavior, emotional triggers, and the darker aspects of attraction. Here on The Manipulated Mind, we don't just skim the surface. We dive into the emotional underworld of desire, power, vulnerability, and subconscious influence. So, if you're serious about spotting attraction before it becomes obvious, and you want to recognize the signs she's pretending not to like you while secretly testing you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video now. Also, watch until the end for the most valuable insights packed into this episode. You won't want to miss the takeaways at the close. In upcoming episodes, we'll reveal the signs she says she doesn't care about, the psychological reasons women test you, and how to read attraction before it becomes obvious. This isn't just about dating. It's about decoding the invisible language of desire. Once you learn it, everything changes. Until next time, this is Stephanie, and you're watching The Manipulated Mind.